wish I could say. I can't believe I'm already having to film another video like this, but here we are 1 week later. We are roasting new makeup releases, and if that doesn't tell you how much is constantly being released, I don't know what will, and we have a long list. Hey, it's Amanda. Thank you so much for clicking on this video. Hope you're having a wonderful day. Thank you for taking a few minutes out of your day to hang out with me. Today I'm super excited because we are roasting new makeup collections, and girl, maybe it's a good thing that brands are constantly releasing stuff because I'm exhausted. I don't know what to choose, and my bank account thanks you guys. But there are some products that do catch my attention, and I have had my splurges here and there. But before we jump in, I just wanted to let you guys know I have the Violet Voss Essentials palette on my eyes. I just took the shade Cinnamon in the crease and then Golden Emerald on the lid, add a little shimmer. Got my Slytherin headband on, so I figured that the green was appropriate. And I did not add a lip color. We should change that. Even though I'll probably be here 5 years trying to choose a lip color. I naturally gravitated towards Chianti. I already used this in a bunch of videos. Maybe I should just wear it because it's a good shade. I did want more of a burgundy shade, but man, Chianti is just so pretty. I love it. So I have Chianti on my lips, and yeah, I figured I needed to change up my eyeshadow palettes because I keep reaching for that Urban Decay Naked Honey. But the weather finally cooled down. I'm loving being in a hoodie, even though it's gonna spike up for a couple more days and then go back down, but I can appreciate it at least starting to cool off. Also, if you haven't already, I would really appreciate it if you considered subscribing to my channel. I post new videos Monday through Friday of beauty hauls, subscription unboxings, first impressions, reviews, and more. I have been really enjoying just sitting down talking about new makeup releases. I hope you guys are enjoying this too. I hope that you guys find this video useful, and just because I might not think a release is particularly exciting and you do, that doesn't mean don't go out and buy it, because I definitely have my beauty preferences. When I look for makeup, I want to be able to get a lot of uses out of it. That's why I kind of lean towards bigger palettes to create so many different looks, but that doesn't mean a smaller palette is necessarily bad. Also, if it's really expensive, I probably am going to steer away from it, even though I have had a major splurge recently, which I'm trying to work on getting that video up. Your girl is on a budget. Also, just gonna scoot over here, put the pictures right here, and where I'm getting my information of the new releases, I'm on the Trend Mood 1 Instagram page. So starting with the brand I have not heard before, this is by Ditto Cosmetics, and they have this Galaxy Shade palette, which honestly looks pretty. I'm not really into like those bakey eyeshadow colors. I'm a little scared how that shade would like swirl up in a brush and apply. For example, that blue and pink shade Neptune. I feel like the blue would be dominating the pink. I've never really experimented with shades like that, so I'm not sure how they do, but based off the swatch, it has more of a pinkish purple swatch. That's really interesting because I feel like I would come off with a bunch of blue. This palette reminds me of the BIJOU Cosmetics solar palettes that they had. It was kind of laid out like this with respect to it not being, you know, very evenly rose and everything is the same size in the pans. They also have a 9-pan palette, which looks a little bit more neutral, maybe more wearable, even though there is a pressed glitter, but it's called the Shiny Sunshade palette. It also has like a weird texture in the pans. You can see some lines, so I'm not sure what kind of effect that adds. I'm interested. Have you guys heard of Ditto Cosmetics? Have you tried it? Love to know your thoughts in the comments. Makeup Revolution is coming out with some new palettes as well. There is this beautiful, more neutral burgundy palette that I'm staring at. I'm like, yes, I need this, but I have so many shades like it, which is called Allure. And then they have Utopia with some rich blues, purples, pinks. I actually really like that color story as well. I really like the purples and blues that palette has to offer. This style palette that Makeup Revolution has, it's actually really, really good quality. They have a warm and a blue palette that is sold out that I wanted to pick up because they look like Blood Sugar and Blue Blood dupes at Jeffree Star Cosmetics. Ever since they dropped online, they've been sold out. They haven't restocked since. I put my email down to alert me when they get back in stock. I really want to pick these up, but I don't necessarily feel like I need to at the moment. Probably just get Utopia because I have so many of Allure, but Allure could also be a good dupe for the Anastasia Beverly Hills Modern Renaissance palette. Next we have the Drunk Elephant Trunk 3.0, which is $450. You get all full-size products, and I don't have $500 to drop on skincare. I already have a huge skincare collection, and Drunk Elephant's products do not work out for me. I try a Drunk Elephant product, my face is like, hell no, girl, what are you doing? I'm not saying that Drunk Elephant is bad quality, it just does not work for my face. And I get so jealous of people saying, oh, this product works so well. What is my face doing wrong? It's okay, because Drunk Elephant is super expensive, and I already love my super expensive skincare, so it's probably a good thing that my face is rejecting Drunk Elephant. It comes with this fridge. I haven't tried putting my skincare in a fridge. I don't really know if that does anything, but I will say sometimes, depending on the formula, I can't speak for all formulas, I can only speak from my experience, that sometimes putting products in a fridge actually helps increase the stability life because it's not degrading at a more rapid condition. That's something I've been wanting to try as well, not just for like that cooling effect, but I want to see if it helps make my moisturizers last a little bit longer instead of kind of getting a little at that 6, 9, 12 month recommendation. That's the word. I was like, what am I trying to say? Glow Recipe has these really adorable holiday kits. If I needed more skincare, I would probably pick up one of these because I've been dying to try their cleanser. I'm a huge fan of the watermelon mask. I enjoy the watermelon moisturizer. I also do enjoy the avocado eye mask that I picked up in my Sephora haul a couple months back, and especially since I'm almost out of my old Henriksen eye cream, I've been trying to prep my eyes for a little TLC because we're about to switch to a new eye cream. I did not like the serum, but it's something I want to revisit because I think I might have gotten a dud when I purchased it the first time because I hear a lot of people say really good things about it, and I'm having FOMO. It's kind of like trying to make Drunk Elephant work, but it's not working. But it does come in a set. Has the watermelon sleep mask, which I love, and also has the cleanser, and that's the one I would probably go with. Manny MUA's brand Lunar Beauty dropped the Moon Spell collection. I have to admit, this is the first Lunar Beauty palette that has caught my eye. I don't know what it is. Maybe it's the packaging, maybe it is some of the colors. I actually watched his video of the release. I like to believe he put a lot of time and effort into creating this palette because of the names and how he said that it's so nostalgic for him, and I can appreciate that on a level. There's so many things that are nostalgic for me. I was just really geeking out when he was talking about where he got his inspiration from, the colors, but a lot of people were like, this isn't a really like a Halloween fall palette, but then he showed it in natural lighting, and then people were like, oh, I haven't tried their formula, I don't know anything about it. I'm not even sure if this is coming to Sephora because I heard that they said not at this time, which I was a little bummed out because what's the point of having your brand in Sephora if you're not going to put everything in it? I do want to swatch this formula. I don't know anything about the formula, so I'm not sure if each palette is consistent formula wise. I could care less about the liquid lipsticks or the glosses that he has. I have so many. I have so much eyeshadow palettes too. I've been wanting to try his brand just to give it a shot. I have had questions about Lunar Beauty, and I had to say, I'm sorry, I haven't tried it before, so this is like the first one I do want to try. I feel like $48 is not a bad price for this palette either. Sometimes I feel that brands really like to jack up the prices. I know this is a little shade, but Kylie Cosmetics has her 9-pan palettes, and they're about $42. You get 15 shades for $48. I think that's like a better price. You're pretty much getting almost double the eyeshadows in this palette for $6 more. That's something else I do want to cover in another video after watching the Shane and Jeffree part 2, so stay tuned for that video as well because I have a lot to say, but I will say I did enjoy that a lot more than part 1. Speaking of Kylie Cosmetics, they have a holiday collection dropping, and what about this screams holiday except for maybe the silver sparkly packaging? That palette, the only shade I'm drawn to is the hot pink called Candy Heart. That's about it. Face palette actually doesn't look bad. I haven't tried her face formula. The highlighters, blush, and bronzer do look pretty. And then they have some lip sets, which I don't really care for her lip formula. Honestly, ColourPop's does it way better. That's just my experience. I don't want to come off as a Kylie hater. My opinion is it's just a cash grab. She just puts her name on it and just to sell a product. If I had to be not as critical as I am and I had to choose one product from this, I'd probably choose the face palette. Hank and Henry is dropping a palette, and it looks like a Tarte palette, honestly. I know that probably sounds mean, and I'm sorry, we are roasting new collections here, but I feel like these colors have been really tired out, especially with the blue row. As much as that row is screaming, hi, you need me, I don't need you. I'm sorry. I have so many pops of blues, teals in my collection that I just don't need another. Especially with this brand not being sold at Sephora or Ulta, I would not want to risk spend some money on it just because if I ended up not liking it, I don't want to be out of $30 where I could just return it and not feel as bad about my decisions. It's also calling the Living in Color palette. And I would want to change the name to Living in Pops of Color. 2/3 of the palette is fairly neutral, and then you get the pops of blue. So I don't really find that living in color. If it was like a rainbow palette, yes, I would agree that it's living in color. Lancome is coming out with some holiday collections. I'm really intrigued by their Le Monochromatic palette, which is $34. It's all over face color for eyes, cheeks, and lips. Just by like how they are pressed into the palette is why I'm intrigued. Am I gonna buy it? No. I feel like I would make a complete mess out of it. It would be very hit or miss with my skin tone. It would either be too light and not showing up, or it's gonna be too dark and it's gonna look bloody, especially with that dark reddish color in the bottom right corner. Lancome's makeup is very hit or miss for me. Some of it can be really chalky, some of it can be really pigmented. It's not a brand that I go out of my way to buy. I usually like Lancome's products when I go to Belk and I buy one thing and I get a huge Lancome gift with my purchase just to try it out. I do feel that a lot of their skincare products especially are very expensive. I really like their mascara and their XL Booster Primer. That's about it. Surprise, surprise, ColourPop has another collection, and not gonna lie, I ended up buying it. I know, I'm weak. I really enjoy these curated BYOB palettes that they come up with. I don't know, the bottom right two shades, that orange and black, really caught my attention into needing this palette. I was also intrigued that they are releasing their own lashes, so I did pick up a pair of their lashes. And yes, I am wearing lashes again. Like I said, not sponsored. This Duo Quickset Strip Lash Adhesive stuff has been game changing for me to apply lashes. I've been wanting to wear lashes because of it, because of how easy it makes my life applying them, and I'm really bad at lashes. So I wanted to try out their lashes. And also in our last video, we talked about them coming out with the tinted moisturizer as well as the primer, setting spray, and a sponge. So I wanted to try those out too, so I also got that in my order. Smash that like if you want to see a ColourPop review of those new products that I just picked up. And just want to quickly comment, they came out with those nail stickers that you put on, which I thought that was a really nice nostalgic throwback. My nails are really short, so I feel that I wouldn't be able to use them. Kimchi Chick, hopefully I'm saying that right, is dropping a new makeup line. Looks like there is a palette which reminds me of the Barbie Pure palette in a way. It has very cotton candy vibes towards the right side of the palette, which I'm like, yes, those are my colors. They also have the High Key Gloss, which some of the shades look really pretty. Just because I don't know much about Kimchi Chick beauty, I probably wouldn't buy it. Not saying that it's bad quality, but I would love to try more brands. It's just more riskier for me since it does come out of my own pocket and I don't know the return policy in case if I don't like it. I would love to know your thoughts on this new brand. Does it excite you? Does it not excite you? Physicians Formula is coming out with the big palette. It includes 58 shades, it's limited edition, and it's $40. I'm looking at this and I get that nostalgic vibe. One of like the big first pieces in my makeup collection was this Sephora box, and you open up the sides and it kept expanding and it was so cool. It had like lip gloss, lipstick, face products, eye products. That's what this Physicians Formula little box reminds me of. I just don't need something that big in my collection right now. The eyeshadows are kind of pretty. I haven't tried their eyeshadow, so I'm not sure how their formula is, but I really enjoy their face products. Love the idea of it. I just don't like how the packaging is. Like, I feel that if I was able to buy these individually, or if I bought this and I was able to close just like the face palette for travel, I would like it a little bit more. But that's just me. That's just a preference. If you're into Physicians Formula, or if you're thinking of a great gift for the holidays, this might be a really good one to look at. I think it's a great value. It definitely provides a full face. Nars has this big collection. I really enjoy Nars, but I just, I don't know if I would buy anything from this collection, although I could use a new Climax mascara. They have a 4-pack of their lip pencils, which I really enjoy. Those lip pencils, they are very comfortable, similar to like the Bite Beauty ones. If you haven't really tried much from Nars, I think that the lip balms and the blush or bronzer duos are really good. I love the Orgasm blush and the Laguna bronzer. From purchasing some of these little Nars collections in the past, I feel like I've accumulated a lot of Laguna and and orgasm little compacts in my collection over time, so I just don't need one right now. I have a lot. The face palette trios kind of bother me in a way because they look really similar. I don't know if it's just me. I feel like the packaging is just throwing me off. One's in red and one's in blue. They just look too similar for me. Nars will always hold a special place in my heart. It was one of the first high-end brands that I splurged on. I bought an eyeshadow duo and the orgasm blush, and I thought I was being pretty rebellious buying an orgasm blush at the age of 15. e.l.f. is collaborating with Nabella, and I really enjoy watching Nabella's IGTV tutorials. Am I gonna buy anything? Probably not, but nonetheless, I do want to congratulate her on this release. It's always really exciting to be able to collaborate with the brand. I enjoy a lot of e.l.f. products these days. I'm really glad I revisited that brand. I can't put concealer, I can't put down, and I have been loving the hydrating coconut mist. e.l.f. has come a long way. It was one of the first brands I tried in the makeup world, and I still use it to this day. They have a loose highlighter, which I'm not really the biggest fan of loose highlighters. I just like it in a standard compact. They have a lip and liner set, which probably wouldn't look that great on me. I think that the pink brushes are really pretty. I can always go for more brushes, but I feel like I don't need those brushes in particular. So if you watch the second part of the Jeffree Star and Shane Dawson series, they went behind the scenes of creating Shane's collaboration with Jeffree, and not gonna lie, I plan on picking the entire collection up because I really adore Shane Dawson. I might not be the biggest fan of Jeffree, and I still have that bad taste in my mouth from their customer service experience, but I would still want to buy it to support Shane. I know it's still supporting Jeffree in the long run, but I do get comments about what are your thoughts on Jeffree Star products, which I do own Jawbreaker. I haven't done a review on it just because I bought it way after the hype of that palette. I just felt like it wasn't necessary at this point, but that's the hard part about being a beauty channel these days is by the time you get a product and you want to talk about it, there's already a new release out. No one's talking about it no more. Let me know in the comments if you guys plan on picking up this collaboration. What do you guys feel about Shane and Jeffree collaborating? Charlotte Tilbury has a limited edition holidays mini lip set that contains 3 of their best-selling shades. These lipsticks look really gorgeous. I don't know if I would get a lot of use out of the more neuter shade, but it also depends how much product I'm getting in these lipsticks, but I really enjoy their lipstick formula. I bought one of the Sephora lip sets last year and I got one of their lipsticks and I love that formula. Could I justify paying about $40 for that lipstick? Again, no. But it was great to be able to get it in a set. If you've been wanting to try her lipstick formula, I think that this would be a really great trio. Even if one of the shades don't work out for you, maybe you can give it to a friend, a family member, so it doesn't go to waste because Charlotte Tilbury is expensive. The Lip Bar is releasing a foundation. There are 26 shades of light to medium coverage. It's buildable skincare infused serum foundations with dewy skin light finish with built-in brush. I think I can live without the built-in brush because my Sigma 3D HD Max Kabuki is the shiz when it comes to applying foundation. The shade range looks interesting. That is like one of my biggest pet peeves when I see a foundation or concealer release is the shade range. Girl, it's 2019. If you can't come up with 50 good shades right off the bat, don't release it right away. Just wait. Wait until you have all 50 shades ready and just don't add later down the line. That looks really bad on your behalf. This gradient goes light and then medium gets a little shafted and then it just goes deep. So I think I would have a hard time trying to find a foundation match. I just don't feel that there is a good in between light and deep that would probably work out for me, especially with like the undertones. Undertones really mess me up. Things are either too yellow or too pink. I love a neutral undertone, and if they don't have a neutral undertone, the best way I can counter it is buying the yellow undertone, the pink undertone, and mixing, and I don't want to buy 2. I know that probably sounds really petty, but that's expensive. Just to be able to wear a foundation from our particular brand and line. Trend Mood is coming out with their own subscription box, and it's gonna sound really mean. I couldn't help but laugh when I saw it. Not laughing because they're starting the service, but if you don't know, Trend Mood is known as the Queen of Leaks because she has leaked so many collections that brands didn't even announce that they were doing yet. She signs non-disclosure agreements that she can't post this until the specific date, but she still does it. She still gets away with it. Why do brands still send her these products? Because they feel that if they don't send them to her because of her large following, that release is gonna be irrelevant. So my joke in my mind when I saw this was, oh, this subscription box is gonna have all of the collections that Trendmood leaked. Will I get the subscription box? Probably not right away. Kind of want to see how it plays out. We don't know anything like how many products we're gonna get. We don't know what the price is gonna be. How frequent is this box gonna be? So it's gonna be a subscription box I just want to watch from time to time, just because BOXYCHARM has BOXYCHARM and Boxy Premium. Then we have IPSY Glam Bag Plus and Ultimate, and I have a lot of other subscription boxes on top of that. MAC is coming out with their holiday collection, and I kind of feel bad for MAC in a way. They used to be really high up in the beauty world, and I feel that not many people talk about them anymore. But I really like MAC. I use their MAC Fix Plus in pretty much every video that I do. I think a lot of people are probably just wanting MAC to be cruelty-free already, and I feel like people would maybe actually use them a little bit more. That's just a conspiracy theory. That's just me. But I really like these face palettes that they're coming out with for the holidays. I love that star packaging. It reminds me a lot of the Wet n Wild and Huda Beauty face palettes, and I probably don't need them, but they just look so massive, and I feel like I can get a lot of use out of it. Those highlighters are gorgeous. They have a cute little lipstick holiday set, which would be nice if you've been wanting to try MAC's formula, or you just need a little bit more lipsticks in your collection. Then they have a brush set. You get a foundation, a cheeks brush, and 3 eye brushes, and it's $50, which is about $10 a brush when you break it down. I feel that brush set is a little overpriced. It should be probably about like $30 in my opinion. And I mentioned that the lipstick set would be a good one, but it's $75. Are they full size? No, they're mini. Next. And then they have some eyeshadow palettes, which don't look exciting at all. It's just a really interesting color story that they kind of mushed together. They tried to not be a everyday neutral palette, and then they kind of made a smoky palette that is waiting for disaster. Soul Body, which is ColourPop's sister brand, is coming out with some tanning lotion. I don't need it. I don't find it necessary in my routine. It's one more thing to keep up with, and I just choose not to keep up with it. So I don't know how well this formula is. I haven't used anything by Soul Body before. It goes on white. It's a hydrating daily body lotion that builds a gradual natural looking tan for sun-kissed bronze skin for any time of the year. Interesting. They have one for fair to light and then medium to deep. My concern of using a product like this is applying it evenly. I know for me, I don't like to waste products, so I always find myself kind of like jipping parts of my arm with lotion. That's what I would do with this, and it'd be very patchy and not cute. Let me know if you like tanning lotions in the comments below, and if you plan on picking up this one. Tatcha has all of these really cute and awesome valued holiday collections coming out, and I am trying so hard to resist it all because I have said it from time and time again, the Belief Aqua Bomb has dethroned my water cream, so why would I have to buy a set that has the water cream? All these sets look so good. They have a set with the oil cleanser, the exfoliating cleanser, and the water cream. That is an amazing set, especially if you wear a full face of makeup and you like to double cleanse. That would be the best gift in the world. I honestly couldn't tell you which set would be the best set. I also really like the set that has, I know it's $175, but you get a full size of the Essence, which right there is like $90. The Violet C Radiance Mask, which is a full size as well, which is about $65. And then the Violet C Serum, which is like $85. In total, it's $251 value. That's what I try to do when I look at these holiday sets. I try to figure out, all right, which products are the ones that I want to try or I need to replenish on, and which ones are full sizes, which ones are like the deluxe sizes, and go from there. So I try to narrow it down that way, but then if none of those really excite me, all right, let's look at the other ones that have some full size products, but they also have some deluxe sizes. You have to like really be strategic with that, at least for me, because I'm like, all right, do I get a full size cleanser? Do I get a full size moisturizer? What other deluxe sizes that are in this kit that complement that particular product? Not gonna lie, I got very overwhelmed looking at those Tatcha sets because I would want them all. Womp womp, Anastasia Beverly Hills is releasing another palette, and it really sucks because this is in collaboration with Carly Bible, and I feel that they are releasing so much that these collaboration palettes are not as special anymore. No one's even talking about the Jackie Aina palette no more, which is very sad. It was such a beautiful palette. It was released, and then here's the Norvina palette. Oh my gosh, and now that we've had the Norvina palettes, oh look, it's Carly Bible, and I just have so many mixed feelings about it. I don't really know much about Carly Bible, but from what I have seen, she looks like a very elegant lady, and these colors seem to really complement her and her presence. And I saw some of the swatches. I don't trust pictures of swatches. I physically have to do the swatch myself to be able to come to conclusions, because half the time brands like to Photoshop them. There's been too many scandals that brands have been clocked doing that. It is boring, but it's pretty. I keep staring at it and I do want it, but next thing you know, after I buy this palette, who else are they collaborating with? Or is another Norvina palette coming out? ABH palettes used to be so special when they were released because of their formula was awesome and they really took the time to put these palettes together. Now everything is just mushed. And that's what people are saying about the Norvina palettes. They were just so rushed, colors put together, even though I have all three. Is ABH gonna keep releasing products at this rapid of a pace? Or are they gonna slow down because they ran out of ideas? That's something I'm also very curious on. Kind of want it, kind of don't want it. I want it because I have all the ABH palettes. But I don't want it because I don't need to drop another $45 on an eyeshadow palette. Because I just spent $180 on 3 Norvina palettes. So Charlotte Tilbury is coming out with like a galaxy themed holiday makeup collection. I don't know what product in here screams galaxy because none of them do. Even the packaging looks kind of boring for galaxy. I don't know. None of this is really screaming to me. I just feel like that's all overpriced. A beauty advent calendar for $200? No thank you. Hot Lips luxury wardrobe, which is 10 lipsticks for $260. You got me messed up. I can't. Just looking at all these prices just make me cry. There are so many products by Charlotte Tilbury I do want to try, but because of how expensive they are, I just can't bring myself to it. Even with the Sephora 20% off, I don't know if I could do it. We're just gonna skip over that. As I mentioned for ABH, ColourPop is collaborating with Sophia Nygaard. I hope I'm saying that right. It just goes back to like what I said about Color Bible. Like this collaboration really isn't gonna be special because ColourPop has already announced another collection, which is one of like the last ones we're gonna be talking about. So I feel like it's just gonna be like overseen. I gotta say, the little bats engraved on these lipsticks, that's like the reason why I would buy it. It's so effing cute. I like the shades Brucey and Screamer. Those are the ones I would purchase because I really do enjoy the ColourPop lipstick formula. Are people really gonna be talking about it like next week? Lawless is coming out with the Little One eyeshadow palette for $25. I think that this palette would be really great for travel. I haven't tried Lawless before. You can just put on some of them shimmer shades on your eyelids, call it a day. But I don't need another palette like this in my collection. It reminds me of when Lorac first started doing their pro eyeshadow palettes, like the first one in the black packaging. Let me know in the comments if you have tried Lawless. I know Sephora carries them. I think all their stuff is online. I haven't seen it in store. I would like to see them in stores just to get an idea of their brand because I think that they have a concealer and foundation that people talk about. It's really hard to shade match online. I either get it too light or too dark. All right, we're back to ColourPop and I have to say I want this collection, not because it's like the most exciting thing in the world, but the dang packaging is on point. It is the round 3 collaborating with Disney of the Disney designer Midnight Masquerade collection, and I have to give it to them on the packaging. It is gorgeous, and I love that Esmeralda is included in this collection. I love her. I had a Esmeralda doll when I was younger and it was my favorite Barbie that I owned. The eyeshadow palette is okay. I like the last row of Mama Odie, Frog and Wife, and Merryweather. Those are like the 3 shades I would probably want to play around the most with, and I could probably just make a look using those 3 shades. And there's a pressed glitter, which is unfortunate because I know a lot of people don't like pressed glitters. I don't know why ColourPop keeps putting a pressed glitter in when we're saying stop putting one in. And then they have these really cute blush and highlighter for each princess. And then they have the Luxe lipstick formula, which is apparently new. So I'm interested in that. And yes, I do plan on purchasing it. I don't need it, but the packaging, and I'm such a huge Disney lover that I feel it would be very blasphemous if I didn't buy it. Like, I didn't need the first Princess Go Around collection, but I bought it. Have I used the eyeshadow palette since? No. Have I used the lipstick since? Yes. Villain collection. Have I used the palette since? Yes. Have I used the lipstick since? Kind of. Have I used the highlighter since? No. And I keep 2 of the highlighters on my vanity. Fenty Beauty have some new holiday collections coming out, and I kind of want 2 of them. I kind of want their liquid lipstick one because I haven't tried their liquid lipsticks, and these 3 shades are stunning. It looks like we're getting like a mauve, a deep red, and a deep plum, as well as their lip glosses. Their lip glosses are amazing. I just don't want that orange one. I don't know why they decided that a bright ass orange shade would be pretty with these. Maybe I'll give it to a friend. Maybe I'll put it in a giveaway if I end up getting it. And they also have a highlighter with a gloss, which actually would be nice. I really do enjoy the Fenty highlighter formula. I have the shade, I think it's like Icy or Freeze. I don't know. It's the blue one. Fenty is a brand that I never thought I would really get into, but I'm glad I did. BIJOU or BYL Cosmetics is dropping a huge palette, which is absolutely stunning. stunning. It is the Dream Book Palette 2, and I kind of want this. It's very heavy on the pinks, but I still feel like we get enough blues, greens, purples on the right side of the palette. I haven't heard of this brand. There's a lot of glitter in here, which is whatever, but it's $35 for this massive palette. There's 63 shades. It's cruelty free. The only thing I would like about this palette a little bit more if they had a mirror in it. That's like one of my pet peeves when palettes don't include mirrors, but they do have their names printed under each shade. Morphe, I'm looking at you. That's like one of my biggest pet peeves because when it's on like the stupid little plastic, I always throw it away. But they have pressed glitters. Come on, don't be like ColourPop. But you know, I haven't heard of this brand. I am definitely intrigued by this palette. I went on their website. They had the Dream Book Palette #1, which was also really pretty. It looked a little bit more towards on the matte and shimmer side than the glitter. I don't know where this glitter rave is coming from, but it needs to stop. Glitter is not eye safe. Someone will lose a cornea. Someone's gonna get glaucoma. I know I use it because I want to show you guys how it looks, but do I necessarily use it afterwards? No, it's just gonna sit there. I value my eyesight. I have really bad vision. My contact prescription is really high for someone my age, so I'm trying not to make it worse. I'm so sorry that this video was super long. There was just so much to cover. I felt that it was important to sit here and discuss with you guys. I would love to know your guys' thoughts in the comments below of any of these collections that we discussed and covered. Do you guys plan on buying any of these collections? Are you not? What are you staying away from? Are you as tired as I am with all these brands constantly releasing things? What do you guys feel about these collaborations with ColourPop and Anastasia Beverly Hills? I just feel bad for those creators. They probably worked really hard on collaborating. It's probably really excited. It's just going to be looked over. These are collaborations that should be praised for a while. I mean, like, look at James and Jacqueline with their Morphe palettes. Like, people are still talking about them to this day, but I feel like no one's talking about Jackie Aina's palette. Because if I collaborated with the brand and it was looked over, I know I'd be really sad and heartbroken. Thank you so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed this video and found it useful. Don't forget to subscribe before you leave, and if you don't, thank you for the view anyways, and I'll see you in the next video.